the stories. Could you just say briefly, was there one story that you really was
good
identified
one.
with?
If I retained any of them. That's the thing. Like I read them all. So when I read them.
Coyote Dick? Was it Coyote Dick?
Yeah, the
Coyote Dick.
I hated that.
What page is that on?
It was so stupid. And Clarissa was like, and we laughed at it the whole rest
It's too
of the
crass
afternoon.
to be funny for me.
I know.
I like the idea of like laughing really hard.
Can you give me a synopsis of Coyote Dick?
Explaining why
Clarissa
men
nutshell.
are horny, I guess.
It's like, a Coyote Dick is so Coyote Dick was sleeping and he fell asleep and the dick part decided to come off and go for its own little adventure and then got like stuck in some cactuses or something. Something along those lines.
Nettles.
And then got nettles, thank you. And nettals, and then it was in the dick and then the coyote woke up and was like, whoa, what's my dick? And then walked, found his dick, and then put it back on, but then his dick was always itchy for the rest of his life, and that's why when guys want to have sex or something, like
when they rub up against women,
when they rub
to get rid of the nettles in their penises,
the nettles,
basically.
It was like,
so is there an origin story? Like, where did she? She's like, oh, this is from this.
It was a modern one.
There was a native or indigenous tribe, but it was a more updated sort of story.
It was about the sexuality section of the book.
Yeah, it's honoring feminine energy, is about bringing the laughter.
Like real belly laughter. It's
like
belly laughter, but associated with things that are sexual. Is basically what, right?
I don't get the connection. Should I do that next time I make love to my husband? Bring some belly laughter?
Yes, you should.
It's about women talking about sexual experiences with belly laughter. Like, how
I get that.
There's anything wrong but laughing during sex. I love being silly.
That's how I finish.
Silly sex is the best.
This is what she's talking. This is what she's talking about.
I just didn't understand the connection. Like, as if there was a whole lack of laughter. But again, I digress.
Book interrupted.
Hey, so I'm just in the bathroom at work, but I just wanted to show everybody my new face mask that we have to wear as per the Toronto government. So I've got my mask and my face mask now for anybody who has to work with the public directly without wearing masks. Then I have to wear this. So it's kind of weird. I echo through it. I don't even know if you can hear me properly, but here it is. So this is me. And the way that it is at work nowadays. This is an interruption, but it kind of is in the way I can do my job.
Book interrupted.
Yeah, I don't like that I didn't finish it, just because I like to check things up, honestly, because I love a fucking list and I like a check mark.
Well, and I like to do what I said I would do or signed up to do.
That I would do, yeah. I like to follow through. But, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I didn't finish it.
I know. Well, I'm super grateful that other people didn't finish it because I find my permission in there too. So I'm like, oh, thank God, because I thought I was going to be the only one before we shared where we were and how we felt. I was like, am I the only one that can that's, I don't know, feeling sick about the idea of continuing to do this?
Yeah, I didn't put energy into it. But like I said, I did recommend it to someone I think would love it. So I really do feel that way about the book. It's like no hard feelings. It's just not for me right now. I feel like it's a really good book for a lot of people. It's a real timing thing. It's like a relationship, this book. You gotta be
It
ready.
is. Yeah. Good one.
Yeah, and I think doing it in the middle of a pandemic when all of us, especially, well, maybe not Mare, but Leah and Kim both dealt with the public. I guess, Kara, you have too, but you already read the book. But dealing in the stress of the world with the public in the middle of a pandemic and being stressed about all of that, even if you're not actively stressed, I think it's weighing on everybody. And then also the people that say Mare who's not being able to be out in the public and, you know, might be feeling isolated. I don't think she is, but like just
I am.
That, okay, fair.
No, it's so true, Lindsay.
So they need more of me. And my kids are also already need a lot of me normally, right? Like it's very unusual for them not to be touching my body all day. Like they want to be touching, you know, so then they're stressed, but yes, dealing with the public, you want to come home and relax.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to come home and have to read something that you feel is a chore or you feel is really hard and difficult. Like the last thing I wanted to do was delve into my psyche and all this stuff when I got home from dealing with all this shit. Like sorry, excuse my language, but I just, I wanted to just escape or enjoy something or, have a good meal and talk to Laird or watch Netflix or do something that's not like me picking apart my soul and naming my pain body or whatever. I don't want to do that.
You didn't want to sign up for that? I don't understand.
No,
it's so true though. Yeah, because like I read it, it was like March and April. Like I was in the bubble of we couldn't do anything. Like there was nothing to do. Like no work, no nothing. So yeah.
Any story that you liked the most, Mare, since you read all of them? Anyone that
I probably identify with the ugly duckling, like Kara. I'd say, unlike Kara, I learned a long time ago that I would prefer to be alone than to not fit in. So, like, I was nurturing the being alone and enjoying my own company, like in high school, probably as early as 12, maybe before high school. Like, I was just like, I would rather be alone than somebody being like, I don't like who you are for who you are. So I just, so I was like, yeah, that's totally me. And, eventually the ugly duckling, they're like, I'll just go off and do my thing. And eventually the ugly duckling does find some swans. It's like, hey, those people over there really speak to me. And like, I think that's kind of, that one speaks to me. So I'm like, yeah, good, go, ugly duckling. You get out of there and find your swans.
But my favorite one was Bluebeard, the first one.
I liked Bluebeard too, a lot. That resonated with me.
It was haunting.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Also because the lead up, because that was the first story, there wasn't a story yet, and it was like such a relief to hear a story. I was like, okay, good, there's something else.
Break.
But yeah, I really like Bluebeard for lots of reasons. I'd have to go back through my notes from when I read that.
I was gonna say, one of the things I liked about Bluebeard is how the girl everyone instinctively knew he was like the bad guy. Yeah. But then she was like, when he was like, well, I'll give you all these things that people want. And she was like, well, maybe his beard isn't so blue. Like talking yourself out of doing what you know you should do. Yeah. Or what is right for you, or your instincts, and talking yourself out of those, like, your spidey sense or whatever, because you're like, well, this might be fun too. I think we all
maybe that's why I liked it, because I always followed like the fun trail, even when I know I shouldn't. It gets me every time. I'm very like fun, influenceable, especially if it's naughty.
It's too bad that girl didn't have that little doll in her pocket for Bluebeard.
We can combine stories. And
I don't really understand the end of Bluebeard, though, if I remember correctly.
Calling for the brothers.
Maybe Matt too, but it's just the masculine side of herself. Because I was like, why do men have to save her? But it's she addresses it like on the next page, and it's just like, you need to be able to not just resonate with your feminine. So everybody a whole is masculine and feminine. So the brothers represent her embracing her masculine side.
I obviously I skimmed so much of the analysis. I didn't retain any of it. So
do you guys know this is like a big thing in my life. I don't know that I would have gotten here without the book. The big takeaway was this book acted like a permission slip for me, and I realized I've been carrying around like for years and years. I always wanted to apply like my performing arts to either teaching or therapy. But you know how it is, like you grow up and you're just like, I just need to like pay off my school tuition, and like you just get into work and like life happens, right? But I recently realized, and I'm owning it, I absolutely want to be a psychotherapist. So I've applied to schools to become, to either become a registered psychotherapist or a registered social worker, and I'll get my master's. But I don't know if I would have gotten there without Clarissa, because once I read Clarissa, that's when I was like, that's me. That's who I am. Like, I'm a storyteller. I want to perform it. I want to entertain with it, and I want healing from it. And I just want to share that with people. And so, yeah, it was like a huge takeaway and like freeing. Like once it came out of me, I was like, where have you been hiding my whole life, secret? You know, and it was like the bomb diggity. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So there you go.
Yay.
I love it.
Thank you for visiting Book Interrupted's YouTube channel. Please click the button below to subscribe. This way you don't miss any episodes. Also, if you liked this particular episode, give us a thumbs up to say that you liked it. Give us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Or share it with your friends and family.
On Book Interrupted.